15 animals with the strangest mutations. Mother Nature is as fantastic as it is bizarre, even more than Dr. Frankenstein.
It's alive! Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
The result? Animals with strange mutations. Would you like to see them? Alright, make yourself at home. Piglet with monkey's face. Everybody loves cute baby pigs. But what would you think if that pig had a monkey's face?
What?
That's right, this poor piglet was in the public eye on social media after being discovered walking proudly with his owner through the streets of Ciego de Avila in Cuba. Experts say this monkey's face is the product of a gene mutation. Unfortunately, the piglet only survived 4 days and died before people could know him better. Cow with 6 legs. Is there a place for a 6-leg animal on a farm? This is the case of Lily, a little cow that got veterinarians shocked when she was born with 2 extra legs. The cow lives on a farm in Weissenberg, Switzerland, and even though she was not supposed to make it, she has already joined the cattle without any problem. But if you're wondering, what does her milk taste like? Well, this is not your day, because Lily will never produce milk due to her spine deformity. Still, this will also save her from butchers. Toby, the two-nosed dog. This is an uncommon case where a mutation can be considered a plus. This is Toby, the German Shepherd that wasn't put down because its new owner, Todd Ray, adopted him. Todd doesn't scare away from these particularities, they draw his attention instead. And since he's the owner of the Venice Beach Freak Show, this must not be a surprise to you. Puppy with a trunk for a nose. If you thought that all puppies were adorable, this one will change your mind. Known as Dobby, does it ring a bell with you? Eduardo Landon, the owner of this little friend, got surprised when he was born with a large trunk for a nose, making him look like an elf. This mutation could have been originated by the pesticides applied in the farmland of the area. Although many people have talked to Eduardo so that he puts down the animal because he may be cursed, Eduardo declines the idea and thinks the mutation is not evil at all.
Dobby is free.
Stumpy, the 4-legged duck. The ugly duckling might be just a fairy tale, but the story of this little duck is as real as the 4 legs he has. Ever since the 4-legged duck was born in Hampshire, England, he has been in the spotlight. Nikki Janway, the owner, said that just like a bicycle with training wheels, the extra legs helped Stumpy learn to walk. Then don't be sad for Stumpy, quite the opposite. The duckling is fine and is loved. Do you share the same fate? Henry, the hexapus. Who says an octopus needs 8 tentacles? Henry is living proof that it isn't true. After all, I'm not talking about Dr. Octopus. Due to a genetic defect, Henry only has 6 tentacles, and although he can swim fine, Henry has to be more careful than other octopus. If an octopus loses a tentacle, this one usually gets regenerated, but for Henry, that is something impossible, genetically speaking. However, he lives with the Blackpool Sea Life Aquarium, so I'm sure he'll be doing good. Froggy, the frog with 3 heads. Is this the monster from the swamp? Yes, it is from the swamp, only it's not a monster. This is Froggy, the frog with 3 heads. This rarity was found by people from the Green Umbrella Day Nursery who put him in a pond. If you see him from afar, it looks as if 3 frogs were hugging each other. But once you get closer, you'll notice the gene mutation. The frog ran away in the middle of a rainy day, but I'm sure he's fine because, 3 heads are better than 1. Let's cross fingers that it's not raining frogs. Rudy, the 2-head pig. This is what I call a deep gaze. This is Rudy, the pig with 2 heads. He was born on a farm in Iowa in 1997 and lived longer than other mutant pigs. But life wasn't easy for him. From a young age, he had problems to walk, so he used a special walker, and also, he is blind in the middle eye. The agony was over when he died, but his body was preserved for research on children with facial deformities. No doubt, nobody thought this piggy would play an important role in science. Fish with 2 mouths. The Simpsons predicted that mutation would affect fish.
Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3.
Like this fish with 2 mouths found in Australia. Gary Warwick knew that fishing in Bonny Lake's waters would bring many unusual things, but what he never thought to find was this deformity. The upper mouth works fine, but the lower one just stays open. Warwick didn't think it twice and froze the animal to show him while his wife was taking pictures for social media. This is a good example of the fish dies by the mouth. Piglephant. I don't know what's going on in Piggyland. But there it is, another mutant. This is the piglephant, a pink baby elephant. This animal was born dead in the field of Pergamino, Argentina, and no, he is not the crossbreeding of a pig and an elephant.
Phew!
Actually, many rural producers blame the irregular fumigations for killing their animals and this anomaly. Lamb Man. Is this Gollum? No, but this is as disturbing as Gollum. He was carried by a sheep. This humanoid-looking creature frightened many South African villagers who thought he was sent by the devil.
It's the power. Holy water.
It was such a big scandal that the Eastern Cape Department of Rural Development had to send an expert to analyze the case so that hopefully the locals get calmed down. The verdict was that this creature was merely a little lamb that caught Rift Valley fever while he was on early developmental phases. Despite that, some villagers still want him to burn in flames. What do you think? Cow with 3 horns. Don't get excited, this is not a real-life Pokemon. It is more like a cow from hell. Despite the news going viral, the only thing confirmed about this cow with 3 horns is that she lives in some Brazilian farm. Apparently, the 3rd horn just does nothing, but it doesn't make the interaction with the cattle difficult either. Luckily for the cow, the owners have decided to keep anonymous her localization so that the animal won't be exploited or abused. And who knows, maybe you've tasted her milk already and never knew it. Transparent frog. Think you've seen it all so far? Let me tell you this, you're not even close. Just take a look at this transparent frog. No doubt reality is stranger than fiction. That's crazy. But don't confuse him with the species Hyalinobatrachium yaku, which is a regular frog with a transparent body. This one, on the contrary, is totally translucent. You can see his organs, skeleton, and even beating heart. Many scientists think this frog is the result of pollution in Russia, but I bet you would believe me if I said he comes from some other planet. Cyclops kitty. It's like something out of a nightmare.
Hi, brother.
This is the Cyclops Bengal kitty. This cat, with only one eye, was born in the operating room of a veterinarian after his mother suffered complications during labor. The owners knew it would be a hard birth, but they never thought they would get a mutation in their hands. Unfortunately for curious people, the kitty died some seconds after being born. Even the owner said it would have been humane to keep him alive. Do you agree? Cat with 2 faces. This cat does have an interesting personality, or maybe 2. This is a cat called Franken Louie, and not only has 2 faces, but also 2 mouths, 2 noses, 3 eyes, and he is a true survivor. Right before being put down, he was rescued by Marty Stevens, who was really attracted by his exotic appearance. 12 years later, Franken Louie is a cat like any other, and fortunately he doesn't suffer from diseases like other cats from his kind. It was such a big surprise that this cat got into the Guinness Book of Records for being the one that has lived longer than the other Janus cats, as the name of the Roman god with 2 faces. I know it was tough, but you stayed till the end. Which mutant disturbed you the most? Do you know of any other? Let me know in the comments and subscribe to my channel for getting more interesting videos.